Hello, welcome to Gav's Drams. Alan Wilson sent me a challenge. Somebody sent him a challenge. And you do this challenge and you pass it on. And the challenge was only one distillery. You have only one distillery to pick from. Where would it be? Now there's 3 or 4 guys done it, and I was quite surprised or disappointed that they never mentioned the distillery that I would pick. For me, it's a shoe-in. But what they didn't just pick one distillery, they picked a kind of runner-up, a third, a second, a third, which is fair enough. So everybody that knows me, and if you just learn about me, they'll know what distillery I think is the only distillery. And I'll tell you why. But first of all, I tried to take it out, if it wasn't there, what other distillery would it be? In third place, this is a new distillery, and it's Rasi. And I think Rasi's a great distillery. It's not just about their spirit, it's what they're doing with their maturation and what they're doing with different casks. And they're reasonable, and as I say, they're new, and they're a great distillery. So I would put that in third place. In second place, this would definitely be my number one if my other distillery wasn't there. And it's Daff now. Relative new distillery. Don't put a lot of whisky out. It's all about quality, not quantity. Good stuff. A kind of farm distillery, a small distillery, but real good quality stuff. Daff Mill's hard to get. So I'm going to pour myself a wee dram, of what I think is the best distillery, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to pour myself a 25-year-old. There's not much left in this, as you can see. I'm just going to pour a wee dram to taste it. I'll do. So, Springbank. Why Springbank? I buy a lot of Springbank. But why do I buy a lot of Springbank? Every year they bring out something different. And what I like about Springbank, you've got your tenure, you've got your local barleys, which are brilliant. Quite expensive, but they're brilliant and they're different. And every year they bring them out, they're different. So one year it'll be bourbon, the next year it'll be bourbon and sherry, that kind of thing. The 10-year-old you can pick up for 50 quid, which is fabulous value for money, and it's the best 10-year-old, in my opinion, you'll get for that kind of money. You've got the 12 cask strength, another fabulous dram, and again, every time they bring it out, turn up, it can be different. There's one there, there's one of them that I've got opened, and it's bourbon, sherry, rum and port. And in the following year, it'll just be something else. And they do everything different every year. You've got your 10-year-old, you've got your 12-year-old cask strength, you've got your 15-year-old sherry, you've got your 18-year-old, 21-year-old, and the 21-year-old I actually think it's probably the best whisky there is out of modern. Now I've nearly finished this one. Now I'm doing this just to show you that I don't just buy them, I put them on a shelf, I drink them. I've got backups for everyone except the 25-year-old. And I'll continue to buy and always have a backup. They're a small distillery. They could put more out if they wanted to put more out, but they don't. They stick to quality, and quality is a big thing for them. They hit the shelves, they're gone. You have to ballot for certain whiskies. That's just the way it is. They're so good. They're just a lovely dram. So as far as I'm concerned, that only one distillery, it's got to be Springbank. It's got to be. Lovely. It's quite a short video. It's got to be a short video again. I can't go on for hours. More people should buy Springbank if they can get their hands on it. I'm really shocked that the 3 videos that's come out, none of them have mentioned Springbank. One of them mentioned Kilkerran, which is typical Springbank. And another thing about Springbank, they do everything in-house. Malt form, it's done in-house. It goes all the way through distillation, maturation, and then it gets bottled in the premises as well. Whereas in another distillery in Scotland, it does that. There's no. So I've now got to pass this on to 2 people. And the 2 people that I would pass this on to were 2 good pals of mine. And the first one is Stuart, Whiskey Wims. If he sees this, Stuart, I want you to pick out only one distillery. The other person I'm going to pick out is a dear friend of mine, the other side of the pond. I don't see very often, but every time I do see her, we all have a good natter and a good dram. And that's Leanne for Scotch in the Bio. So Leanne, I lay down the challenge to you. So it's quite a short one, probably no great, but I just don't have a lot to say on it. Springbank's the best distillery there is, as far as I'm concerned. Simple as that. Cheers. That's a 25-year-old. A lot of money, but it's worth every penny.